Qarabag versus Chelsea. Prediction. Determined to break through in the race for the top 24, Qarabag will host Chelsea in the UEFA Champions League, a match that is extremely important for the ambitions of both teams to continue. The Azerbaijan representative, under the leadership of coach Gurban Gurbanov, is showing a resilient fighting spirit and is not afraid of big opponents. On the other side, Chelsea of coach Enzo Maresca enters this confrontation with the goal of winning all 3 points to consolidate their position in the top 24 and create a solid stepping stone for the road ahead. Although rated lower, Qarabag always makes it difficult for strong teams when playing at home. Meanwhile, Chelsea, with a squad of young stars full of potential, is gradually perfecting their playing style, promising to create an attractive, dramatic, and tactical confrontation. Qarabag entered the match with home advantage and high determination as they aim to make their mark in the group stage of the UEFA Champions League 2025/2026. Under the guidance of coach Gurban Gurbanov, the Azerbaijani representative is showing confidence and energetic play, especially after an impressive performance with a 3-2 victory over Benfica right on the away field, a match that showed Qarabag is not afraid when facing big teams in Europe. With Kochalski in goal, a four-man defense line of Silva, Medina, Mustafazadeh, Kafarkuliev, Qarabag often deploys a wide play on both sides, pushing the team high and pressing right from the opponent's field. The ability to put pressure from the wing positions and the midfield duo Borges-Bikalho is the foundation for them to win the ball quickly and change the state immediately. The trio of Kashchuk, Andrade, Zubir plays an important role in creating breakthroughs in Area 1 of the opponent's three fields, supporting striker Duran in the finishing phase. However, Qarabag's limitation lies in the ability to control the match tempo when facing teams with superior squad quality. Their pressing intensity often decreases significantly from the middle of the second half onwards, and the defense system is easily torn apart when the opponent counterattacks at speed. This requires Qarabag to look for an early advantage against Chelsea, because if they are caught in a prolonged defensive position, the possibility of keeping the score is not high. On the other hand, Chelsea under coach Enzo Maresca is showing many positive signs. Despite owning a young squad, the Blues still have more uniformity and quality depth than Qarabag. The defensive quartet James, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella brings mobility and good cover, while the pair Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo in the center of midfield is the fulcrum that helps Chelsea control the ball and regulate the match. The attack with Neto, Santos, Garnacho supporting the spearhead, Pedro promises to create many breakthrough situations thanks to speed, technique, and ability to dribble directly. Chelsea's advantage lies in experience in European playgrounds and the ability to operate highly organized tactics. However, limitations still exist, especially the moments of lack of concentration leading to gaps in the defense and a lack of sharpness in converting opportunities. Playing away against Qarabag, a team that often starts with excitement, forces Chelsea to concentrate from the start, avoiding the opponent creating pressure and putting them in a passive position. If Chelsea can maintain their tactical stability, control the midfield well, and avoid individual mistakes, they are likely to take all 3 points. However, the first 20 to 30 minutes are predicted to be the most heated time for the Blues, as Qarabag often take advantage of this time to put pressure and find an early goal. Qarabag versus Chelsea team. News: Qarabag enter the match with a few minor personnel losses as Razaev and Shadayev are absent. Although not a major impact on the main playing framework, these are still deficiencies that can reduce the options in attack and the ability to rotate when tactics need to be changed. Coach Gurban Gurbanov will therefore almost certainly have to use the strongest lineup from the start, minimizing personnel adjustments during the high-intensity match. On Chelsea's side, coach Enzo Maresca will be without Colwill, Isugo, Palmer, Slonina, and Sterling. Most notably, Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling, players who play an important role in creating breakthroughs and organizing attacks. The absence of this duo will definitely affect the creativity in the front line, forcing Chelsea to rely more on the group of young players such as Neto, Santos, Garnacho, and Pedro to shoulder the attacking duties. Qarabag and Chelsea expected lineup: Qarabag 4-2-3-1, Kochalski, Silva, Medina, Mustafazada, Kafarkuliev, Borges, Bicalho, Kashchuk, Andrade, Zubir, Duran. Qarabag's lineup shows a high-pressing style of play with the central midfield duo Borges, Bicalho taking on the role of recovering the ball and quickly transitioning. The attacking trio Kashchuk, Andrade, Zubir support striker Duran to create situations to exploit the space behind Chelsea's defense, especially on the two flanks. This will be the main attack of the home team. Chelsea, 4-2-3-1, Sanchez, James, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella, Fernandez, Caicedo, Neto, Santos, Garnacho, Pedro. Chelsea are likely to deploy a controlling game from the Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo pivot. The trio of Neto, Santos, Garnacho promises to bring speed and creativity behind striker Pedro, who is expected to take advantage of opportunities in the penalty area. The back four of James, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella ensures a balance between defense and supporting the wing attack. Recent form: Qarabag, W3, D1, L1. Scored 6 goals. Conceded 4. Qarabag's form is relatively stable. Their defense is quite solid with only 4 goals conceded in 5 matches, showing that they maintain good concentration and organization. However, their scoring efficiency, 1.2 goals per game, is still not really high, showing that they are somewhat dependent on set pieces or quick counterattacks instead of proactive, long-term attacks. Chelsea, 1-4, lost 1. Scored 14 goals. Conceded 6. Chelsea are showing more impressive form with 4 wins in 5 games and a scoring efficiency of 2.8 goals per game, almost double that of Qarabag. This reflects the effectiveness of the young team's attack. However, conceding 6 goals shows that there are still times when Chelsea loses concentration in defense, which Qarabag can exploit if they deploy reasonable pressing. Head-to-head history. The two teams have met twice before, and the results have both favored Chelsea with 2 wins. Although previous confrontations do not have absolute value at the present time due to changes in force, the balance of class and experience is clearly still in favor of the Premier League representative. Chelsea go into this game as the clear favorites, while Qarabag will be looking to create a surprise based on their high-energy style of play, especially at home. Qarabag versus Chelsea goal prediction. Both Qarabag and Chelsea's attack has shown the ability to create chances, but the consistency in converting them into goals is still not really convincing. Qarabag has scored 6 goals in 5 matches, average 1.2 goals per match. This is a number that reflects the home team's attacking ability. They can score, but not too explosively and often need many quick transitions or mistakes from the opponent. Chelsea has a more impressive performance with 14 goals in 5 matches, average 2.8 goals per match. This shows that despite the rejuvenation of the squad, coach Enzo Maresca's team is still maintaining its efficiency in finishing. Based on the current form, Chelsea is still the team that is likely to score more goals, while Qarabag, with home advantage and open play, can absolutely find a goal. With Qarabag's habit of entering the game at a high speed and the gaps in Chelsea's defense that have appeared in many recent matches, the scenario of more than 3 goals is relatively bright. Qarabag versus Chelsea corner prediction. Both teams have an active, fast-paced style of play and often move the ball out wide, a factor that leads to many corner situations. Qarabag on average create about 3 to 5 corners per game, mainly from wing attacks by Kashchuk, Zubir, or the advance of the 2 fullbacks Silva, Kafarkliev. Chelsea usually have 5 to 7 corners per game, thanks to the ability to control the ball and organize wing attacks with the participation of James, Cucurella, and a group of young wingers. With the tendency to continuously attack and counterattack, the first half may have had a significant number of corners, and the total corners for the whole match are likely to exceed 9. The fast attacking players of both teams will force the defense to clear the ball more often. Qarabag versus Chelsea card prediction. In addition to the tactical factor, the fiery nature of this match can be predicted. Qarabag often receives 2 to 3 cards per match due to their intense pressing style and their efforts to compete one-on-one right from the midfield. Chelsea also has similar statistics, especially in matches under pressure or when the midfield has to frequently cut off the opponent's counterattacks. With the expected high pace of the match, continuous competition, especially in transition phases, the number of cards drawn is likely to exceed the 4 mark. The two teams can share the number of cards equally. It is difficult for either side to be too superior. Qarabag versus Chelsea, score prediction. Qarabag has the home field advantage, fighting spirit and strong pressing style at the beginning of the match. Chelsea has better quality players and the ability to take advantage of opportunities better. However, the instability of Chelsea's defense combined with Qarabag's explosive play makes the match unpredictable. Prediction: Qarabag 2, Chelsea 2. The match between Qarabag and Chelsea promises to be an emotional match where the will and desire to overcome difficulties of the Azerbaijan representative will confront the mettle and quality of the Blues squad. Will Qarabag continue to create surprises in the Champions League, or will Chelsea prove their class to bring 3 points away from home? Let's wait for an eye-catching and dramatic match. If you like this analysis, don't forget to like, share, and especially subscribe to the Global Football Insight channel so you don't miss any football analysis videos every day. Leave your score prediction comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Global Football Insight is different. Hello, and see you in the next newsletter.